Today we are going to do a brain dump. We're going to do a brain dump. So, grab your pen and paper and a big marker and any other pencils and stuff, and we will get started by drawing, I guess, a brain. Okay, I like to start by drawing a profile. I think that is the best way to start. And then I'll draw like a brain. I'm not going to close it because there's going to be a lot of things I'm going to put in it. So look closely. I hope you can see. And we'll start the brain dump. Here you go. There you go. Okay, let's start. Okay, so for a brain dump, first we want to put down what is the topic that we're looking at for today. I'm actually going to be focusing on my branding branch. And that is what we're going to do. So you can't really see what I wrote, and that's intentional, but don't worry about it. You'll be able to see the rest of the stuff. I'll be using a couple pens and just kind of playing around. There's no, I guess, good way to go about doing a brain dump. All you need is to have an idea or a topic of what you're doing your brain dump for. And if you don't have one, then you can just write anything that you really want. I like to draw a profile of a person just because I feel it helps me not be so nervous to just do things on the paper, on the page. So once I have my person, I'm going to just start by writing down things. So, okay, this one is for my upcoming service, branding branch, and I'm learning a lot as I go. So I'm just writing down words, and you probably won't be able to read all the words I'm writing down, and don't worry about it. I just wanted to give some space for us to explore what it is exactly we are writing here, and I have extra pieces of paper if anything. So cool. I'm definitely going to be exploring branding branch, but what about branding branch? Am I going to be exploring, what is it? What in this little page are we going to really be looking at? So why don't we see what we're looking at in the front of the profile before we go what's in the back of our head. So, okay, I know that I've done a lot of focus groups for branding branch, and it's been awesome, and I'm just drawing, like, as you can see, some people, and I've also recorded like probably over 25 videos. We've had a lot of sessions, and in each session there's like a target, and then from that target I guess there's a question that comes up, and I'm literally just writing symbols. I understand that these are just things that I see in my peripheral view that aren't really like in my brain, but experiences that are creating the thoughts that I want to dump. So on this side of the page, I'm just writing down the things that have happened that have led me up to this moment to do this brain dump. So maybe I want to go a little bit deeper. I've been reading a lot of books, and they have been super duper useful. Design Sprint, and I've also been just doing a lot of design thinking for businesses. And I just feel led to write those words down because, those are some of the books that I've been reading and what they're about. Also, like target persona. So maybe right here I'll put target persona, and this target persona what questions should I ask? Should I ask for onboarding? And I'm just also reflecting on what questions were successful or what activities were successful. And questions. And I'm not spending time checking my spelling or anything like that. I'm just thinking about like, okay, this is what's happened. I have over like 25 Zoom recordings. Like, what am I gonna do with those? What do I want to do with those? I also have, let's see, a folder, and the folder has all of the resources for Branding Branch. So, how to organize friends. Okay. Resources. And I'm just going to continue to write down symbols that help me understand where I'm going with this, okay? Like, what is the purpose? That's really the main idea. Really trying to figure out, okay, what are we trying to do out here? So I actually created a website and I started creating an app, okay, for and out glide and bubble and okay, review website I think is a good one. Okay, and then we also have a roadmap. And the roadmap is awesome because it gives kind of insight as to what we are doing, what we're creating. And of course, like I'm using this example of this overall topic of Branding Branch to just write down a brain dump of what's going on so that I can kind of just see what's going on, what presently have I experienced, what am I seeing, and then what thoughts, what am I planning on doing with what's going on. And you can do this with anything. You can really do this with anything. I'm using this example for this branding service that I'm creating, but you can really do this for anything. So giving yourself the opportunity to sort out your thoughts in this way has always helped me just feel more prepared and get a clearer idea of what I'm doing. So, okay, the roadmap is definitely something that I want to revise and refine. Okay, and this is phase 2 to 3. Okay, and 4. All right. Also want to establish, what is that end goal? What are we trying to get from here? I also want to say create personas. Alright, we also have our, PDF slide. Branding blueprint. And I'm just writing all of these down because it's easier to see them, and then you can kind of take everything in that's been going on in one area, and you'll have this one area to kind of look at everything. And I think that's super important. Okay, so that's kind of where we are with everything on this side. Okay, this is what we're seeing. So now we're going to move on to what am I thinking about? This is all of the information that I'm taking in, and what am I wanting to create from it? What questions? So I'm just going to ask a question. How might I use, I want to say the information or the data I've collected, the informative data from phase 1 focus group to create I guess you could say, service / good to deliver in phase 3. And yeah, so I do have in my handy dandy business book, I do have phase 1, 2, and 3, and there's a lot of notes in here, and I think that it's great to have notes, and it helps keep things organized. And I've been, I have a lot of notes on here, so I'm just going to take a moment to kind of look at where I wrote down the phases. Yeah, we've been going at this for a while. So, let's see. It's kind of cool, though, because you really do get a clear idea of where we're at. Okay, so we're on phase 2 right now. And in phase 2, we have share, serve, structure, select, set. So that's awesome. And then we're going to go on to phase 3 is when we actually start doing workshops and sharing and helping people with their brands. With that being said, yeah. So, yeah, this is pretty interesting. I'm very excited. We've been serving, we've been doing everything in phase 2, but it's time to kind of take all of the information from phase 1, and right now we're at the structure, select, and set. So we're really going to be structuring the service, selecting the best ways to serve people, and the people that we want to serve, what their criteria is, what kind of transformation they're looking for, and then setting up, all of the information. So that's where we're at right now. That's awesome. And let's get it. Okay, and I really like. Okay, so I'm already thinking of brand style guides. So I want to set up brand and what does that look like? That means the logo we would have to think about. What kind of logo are we thinking about creating? And I think I've already gotten it. I think it's set. I think I found one that I like, so that was easy. All right. But anyways, so that means, and we're just gonna really again, we're brainstorming. We're just putting down things that will help us in the long run understand what we're here to do. And that's really all we can ask for. We just want to understand how can we best serve people, and what does that look like. So brand style guides, that's the logo, our typefaces, and I'm also going to put a note by 425. I need to create a typeface. Okay, we also want a color, rules, all of the good style guides like imagery. Yeah, so I'm sure there are other stuff. I mean, the tone of voice and all of that. You could say personality. Not the right word, but it doesn't matter. Okay. So, Oh, geez, man, we're gonna have to. I'm getting a picture of a calendar in my head, so I'm just drawing it. And this is great if you are a visual person and you just see things and they come to your mind, then doing something like this really does help you know, okay, this is what's going on. So I think in the month of June, I want to launch this. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that June is a good time to launch something like this, and let's just do June 2022. I think that's when summer starts as well. So that's what I said I would do it, and look at that, that's glow in the dark. That's so cool. Okay, so set a schedule to launch. Okay, that means that you have to do a couple things. Set service structure. Okay, we need to create a funnel. Probably have okay, and all of that good stuff. So we'll I could continue to make a list of things, that we should have. Create So yeah, we're gonna work on those, just creating the offerings, really brainstorming and seeing like how do I want to present something like this and how can I best serve people. The thought of NFTs are coming to my mind, and the reason why is because I personally have been helping host a study group for a while, and it's been really cool. And with that being said, I'm kind of just wanting to share my love and the knowledge I have of NFTs with other people. And I'm not even in love with NFTs. I'm just in love with the technology and the potential it has. But yeah, I think that's really cool, and I'd love to share more of that. So maybe we'll see how we can use them. Okay, and of course I'm just kind of thinking more on like service, like how am I going to use this to best serve others. So we're gonna have our two, I guess, we're gonna have to think about the money now. We're gonna have to think about how is this going to continue to be sustained, how much is it going to cost, what am I going to be investing in. So some of the things that I'll be investing in are actually for just, email, for the hosting platform, stuff like that. So we'll just say calculate cost. And then underneath we'll say email. We can say and research. We'll do some research. I love that the music started out of nowhere. That's pretty crazy. And we'll do some more research on NFTs for like a Web3 platform. That is, of course, open source. That could be good to do, to host this kind of service on. So great. So emails, it's really just, thinking about how to use emails most effectively. Okay, we also have to think about a lead magnet. So I'm going to, again, kind of draw some kind of, I don't know why there's an eye in there, But that's a lead magnet, so we gotta think about like lead magnet. So what kind of MVP are we thinking about creating that would provide value, free value, that would also entice people to invest more if they like that service and they found that valuable? So this could be a PDF, this could be like a video, this could be like a mini meeting or something. Okay, and then of course we're also going to have to think about services. So what kind of services are we having? Well, we have the branding buds. We also have the branding boot camp. And then we have branding baby. These are all different ones, and of course, like, somebody wanted to hire me specifically to help them brand their own something else. Maybe we'll just call that like okay. And then we'll have to think about how do people contact me, and also why would they contact me? What do I want them to contact me for? Okay, and then I mean, there's definitely more that we can think of, like, I guess, how to create that evergreen content that will get things, just kind of get things in a good place. So just evergreen. That retains value. And also generates traffic. Okay, and there's definitely more that we could talk about, like the bootcamp itself. How is that going to really, what kind of bootcamp are we talking about here? And that's a good question, structure. I know it's going to be 6 weeks. Set structure. Okay, what's the objective? Kind of know what the objective is already, but and we also want to just kind of have takeaways. We're going to have to storyboard the solution. In other words, we have to identify the problem. And I'm thinking, and I don't really think I need to do a survey. I was thinking, okay, let me do a survey and just survey the people that are on my email list, but I've already gotten so much information from them that I think I'll be okay. So, great. Now you can see we have a finished brain dump. And this is how I do my brain dumps. Why? It's just fun, and it's really cool to be able to look at, what you have taken in and what you are creating from it. So if anybody ever wants to try out a brain dump, I definitely suggest trying this way out. I think it really helps organize and create a clear idea of what has happened, what you have, and then what you plan to do with that information. And you don't have to be an artist at all to do this activity. I think it's super useful and really helps me organize my thoughts so that I can see, okay, this is what's going on and this is what I'm thinking about doing with this. And yeah, I just hope that you enjoyed today's brain dump session, that you actually, were doing your own brain dump while we were sitting here chatting. And if you like this video, then feel free to let me know. If you're interested in learning more about branding branch, there will be a link in the description below, and stay tuned and you'll see more. But yeah, thank you again for joining today's brainstorm session. I hope that you give this technique a try and that you see how it can really be used for anything. I'm so happy that I did this with you. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste. Fist bump me right now. That's it.